What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight. Hope I don't butcher this name. We have Clapsodra. Yes, indeed. How about that? Clapsodra making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from AB5, and this is actually AB5's prioritized request for the month of May for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, AB5. Hope you enjoy the show. AB5 want to see me react to this. It is Clapsodra with a tune called Lust for Power. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, oh, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Clapsodra, no surprise there. And the video has 13,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Lust for Power by Clapsodra. Official video premiere. Wah, wah, wah.
Tell me you're joking.
Yeah, there's that word official coming off of their official page. And apparently this is a video premiere, which makes it even more special. Look, you know what I'm going to say, so I'm not going to say it. All I'm going to say is we're going to have to just wait and see what happens and hope for the best. Video premiere of Terror and Soul. Is that the name of the album? Or I'm not sure what this is about. Maybe you guys in the comments can fill me in on that part. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Ooh. I like that. Coming on the hand of 4, 3 and 4 and 1. I like that. Powerful. Triplets. Yeah. Chorus. I was just trying to figure out when we kicked it up if that was double time. It's not. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. God, that's not double time. That's quadruple time. Woo! Who needs double time? Forget double time. So we've had halftime, straight time, and quadruple time. We just skipped right over double time and said, we don't have time for you. Okay. Look, that's cool, man. I am not complaining. I was just trying to figure it out. I'm like, that does not sound like double time. That sounds faster. And it is. It's 8 snare on every 8th note as opposed to just downbeats of quarter notes. I like what I'm hearing for the most part. Guitar, thick and crunchy. I like it. The play with feel, love that. You can hear the bass in the mix. It's the bass is really noticeable in the halftime. When we get to halftime, it really kind of rumbles through a little bit more than anywhere else in the song. The drummer doing a fine job. Great drum patterns that he's coming up with for each individual section, whether it be halftime, straight time, or quadruple time. He's coming up with some really nice patterns, some really nice playing. Vocally, I love her vocals. I am digging on her vocals. Absolutely. I know they're layered. I get it. I understand they're layered vocals, but they still sound full. And I can hear her vocals cutting through in the mix. It has the band I'm thinking of. Not Evanescence. There's a band. God, I wish I could remember the name of it. They're like Evanescence, but her vocals are sweeter than Amy Lee's. Oh God, I could just remember the name of the band. I don't remember. In any case, she's got the power. She's got the projection. But her tone's got a sweetness to it that comes through. It doesn't cut through, but it comes through with her delivery, along with the power and the projection and the support, and of course with pitch. I mean, it sounds really nice. His vocals, the grit and growl vocal, it's being done well. I'm not criticizing his grit and growl. It's strong. It's coming through very well. It's being executed very cleanly. I just wish there was a little more clean vocal. That's all. I mean, right now, if I'm being honest, the mix is about, I would say so far, 20% clean, 80% grit and growl. And I would like to see a little more clean vocal. Just for my own personal taste. I would love to hear more of the clean vocals because they were done really, really well. I'm digging the song. This is a fun listen so far. Let's keep going and let's see how this goes.
Eradication of man-made law.
layout. Nice layout. Huh. I don't know about, hold on, let me hear that ending one more time. I don't know if I like that ending or not. Just ending on 4, not the end of 4, just on the downbeat of 4. It does sound a little awkward, but I think that's what they were going for. I think they were trying to make the ending sound a little awkward. They succeeded. They absolutely succeeded if that was the case. Honestly, not a lot to talk about that I didn't talk about during the course of the reaction. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Clapsodra with Lust for Power. This was a request from AB5, and this was actually AB5's prioritized request for the month of May for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, AB5. Hope you enjoyed the show. Not a lot to talk about. This is gonna be a pretty short review. Well, then again, maybe not. I don't know. We're gonna play it by ear, see where the tides take us, I guess. Let's start with the score and we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that a 7.5. Yep, 7.5. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.5. What does that mean? Well, a 7.5 would translate to a really good skill rating. So overall, I think this was a really good song. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. Yeah, a B+. B as in boy. Let that one sink in. So there you go, 7.5, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, overall, I think this is a really good song. There's some really good things happening here. The chordal progression makes perfect sense. There was never a time during the course of the song where I was kind of scratching my head going, I wonder why they went that direction with the chordal progression. That doesn't really line up. No, everything lined up. Everything lined up. It sounded just fine. Very pleasing to the ear. Melodic line right over the top of the chordal progression made perfect sense. Yeah, I had no issue with it whatsoever. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's the most impressive songwriting I've ever heard. I've heard far more impressive songwriting than this, but it felt good. It sounded good. The power, the drive, the energy, the direction, the feel of the song felt really nice. What really kind of did this song for me more than anything else was the play with feel. Switching between primarily between a halftime feel, which is what they really utilized more than anything else. They also used quite a bit of straight time, and then they did not use double time at all. They said, double time? We don't have time for that, no pun intended.
I've been waiting all episode to use that pun.
We don't have time to play around with double time. Let's just go right to quadruple time. And I'm, whoa. Okay then. And they did for that one section where they took off and had the snare on every eighth, the downbeats and the upbeats. Really took off at that point for that one section. It definitely, listen, if nothing else, it got your attention. It absolutely got your attention and broke up any chance of the song having any kind of monotony. So that was nice. Very well done and very cleanly done to boot. But I love the fact that they stayed primarily in that halftime feel. With a song like this, with that heaviness, kind of a doomsy feel to it, it makes sense to have that halftime feel. It absolutely does. Give it that little extra heaviness. Why not? As far as instrumentation goes, everybody across the board sounded really good. Guitar sounded really good. Bass, especially in those halftime sections, kind of coming through and rumbling a little bit more. I like that. I mean, you can still hear it in the straight time feels. And okay, if I'm being honest, the only thing I could really hear, I could hear the guitars in the quadruple time, but more than anything else, what I heard was the drums. Drums cut through on that quadruple time, which is fine. I mean, I got no issue with it. Even like I said, they only did it for one section. That was it. And they made their impact with it. And they came in, blasted down the walls, and then they left without leaving a trace. And that was really cool. But guitar sounded really nice. Bass sounded really good. Drums sounded really good. Vocals. Okay. When I did my pause and I said, I really wish we could have a little more melodic singing. It was as if my wishes were heard up upon high. And, and they said, okay, you want it, you got it. And I got more clean vocal. I'm glad I got more clean vocal. I am glad about that. I have a question. Okay, now, we did get more clean vocal, yes, to about, I would say about a 60-40 mix. 60% grit and growl, 40% clean vocal. So I have a couple of questions. Is that typical of this band? Does this band typically have that type of balance where it's dominantly grit and growl vocal over clean vocal? Or do they have other songs where it's flipped and they have 60% of the song is clean vocal and 40% is grit and growl? I don't know. I have no idea. I'd be really curious to hear in the comments what people think. Another question. I'm not saying his grit and growl is bad. I'm not saying that one bit. I mean, his grit and growl is really good. It's really well done. I have a question though. Is he able to sing clean vocal? Does he do clean vocals at all? And on the flip side, I really like her clean vocal. I do. I'm curious though, does she do any grit and growl? Something tells me she does. The way that she was, especially going towards the end of the song where she was really pushing the power, I couldn't help but notice she was getting a little bit of rasp in the voice. And I'm sure that was intentional. So I wonder if she does grit and growl vocal. With her power and her support, I'll bet you she can. I don't know if she does or not. So there's my 3 questions for fans of Clapsodra. That's another question. 4th question. Am I pronouncing the name of the band right? Clapsodra. Do they have a flipped balance between clean vocal and grit and growl? Question number 1. Question number 2, I'll just throw it in there again. Am I pronouncing the name of the band right? Question number 3, does the gentleman doing the grit and growl in this song, does he do any clean vocals at all? And question number 4, does the clean vocalist, the female vocalist, does she do any grit and growl at all? I have a lot of questions, and I'm really curious to see those questions be answered in the comments, because I would really genuinely like to know. So, no, overall, really good tune, a really good song. Not a song I would listen to on the regular. I would have to be in the mood to listen to a song like this. I would have to be in a doomsy mood with a really heavy doomsy feel to it. But trust me, I do have those days. I absolutely do. And when those days pop up, I'm going to remember this song. I absolutely am. So 7.5, a really good score for what I feel is a really good song. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.5, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope that was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.